Hi, welcome. So today's reading, I was called to the Solace Art Oracle deck, and I remembered that what came with that deck was a pendulum. A pendulum. And so I just spent the last few minutes before recording, because that would be pretty boring for you to watch. I cut the deck and then I would hold it over and say, do I use this deck? Yes or no? And then do I use this deck? Yes or no? And so then I kept putting away the one where it said no and keeping the one where it said yes, split the deck again, did it over and over and over to the point where we have just 2 cards left. And so I'm using the pendulum to tell us which card is used for today's reading. So I'm just going to hold it over, and it's very subtle. Like, this pendulum is so subtle, because also, if you've heard me describe it before, I'm like so focused on not moving it that I probably prevent it from moving. Like my Reiki master, she's like, mine does this, and I'm like, yeah, my pendulums don't do that, because I'm just like, probably a little rigid with them. But should we use this left card? Say no. Should we, and I'm going to double check. Whoop. Should we use this card? Okay, it went to yes. What I love about it is that it's been very clear. It's not like I get 2 no's or 2 yeses. So let's see what Spirit wants us to read. Ooh, pretty. I love the artwork of these. So, Solace Article or Oracle number 18. What's the message today? There's usually a little poem at the beginning. Eyes tell the truth. That's what this artwork is called. Eyes tell the truth. Drip drop, drip drop. Tears keep falling. A slow bleed. Leaving behind only a shell of what was once ... Beautiful. That's what it says. There are no pleasantries behind this card. You are somehow involved in an abusive relationship. What? Holy crap. I don't think this is for everyone. Where are you now? In the realization or recovery? Many will advise you to just walk away, but it is not always that easy. Abusive behaviors come in many forms: verbal, mental, and/or physical harm. Continuous apologies will not fix the problem. If you end up staying in it any longer, you may have serious regrets. Don't ever accept or make excuses for anyone's abusive behavior. If you do, you could grow accustomed to this type of mistreatment and start to forget what normal feels like. Have you been telling yourself things might get better? How many disappointments have there been? Yes, choosing to exit the relationship will also bring on hardships, but it is crucial to put your physical and mental health first. Leaving is going to be very difficult for you, but it will be worse if you stay. The pain has been ongoing, but now you will be facing a different kind of challenge. If the abuse is coming from an intimate relationship, perhaps at one time you had a good understanding of what you wouldn't tolerate, yet everything became obscured as you fell deeper in love with them. All of a sudden, you are putting up with more than you ever thought possible. It's almost like they've put a spell on you, and then sadly, you're enduring the unforgivable. Abusers can have a way of breaking you down, making you feel like you can't survive without them. You begin to lose yourself along with your self-esteem. If you are in this kind of unsafe relationship, it would be wise for you to consider leaving, but you need to have a safety plan so you know what to do when you're ready to go. Do not be afraid to ask for help from friends and family. You may even want to document incidents or consider getting a restraining order. Start asking people you respect questions and seek out professional advice if necessary. There is much needed healing for all involved. Do not think it can be fixed by immediately jumping into a new relationship, even if it helps defer your agony. Time alone is recommended to find understanding and recovery. Only then can you start to fix the real issues. You are stronger than you know. It's time to get back to you, or maybe the you you're intended to be. Interesting. That's very unlikely for an oracle deck. This has energies like that, and it's almost like the energies of the writing, even in the more positive messages, has a very, I want to say immature, but I don't want to say immature. I don't know the word I'm thinking of. I'll come back to that. I've been trying to put my finger on it for a long time now. So I haven't totally ditched the deck because there have been some redeeming qualities. But sometimes I'm just like, who is this deck intended for? Well, I don't want to just brush this aside. If that really came through, I mean, we used the pendulum like over and over and over that took us to that card, which is pretty interesting. So it also could mean like, is there, if you want to take it into the self, like an abusive relationship with the self, these negative stories we tell ourselves. So just see if that resonates too. Like, where have you been the abuser? Where have you been the abused in this relationship with self? That's something I can identify with for sure. So let's see if we'll get another clarification to see if that's even what this is about. Because that's, yeah, really interesting. So what I'd like to do is we're just going to go all weird today. Like, I never use this movie tarot deck. But let's clarify this oracle message. Let's see if we have just a few cards. I don't want to go too deep today. Maybe just something basic. Very simple. What is this story? We have the Three of Coins. So this is togetherness, harmony, joy, celebration. But it's really coming together. That's kind of interesting with this message. And then we have the Two of Swords. Man, again, that came through in the last reading 3 times. The Two of Swords is like more of a duality versus a harmony, but it's of the mind. So it's like we're of 2 minds right now, and we really need, it's calling us to tap into our intuition. And then we have the Two of Cups, which is totally like a relationship card. I'm getting the chills because I'm like, this might be for someone. And on my channel, on my Substack, I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, but I've always, whenever I sit down to do a reading, I put the intention out there that these are timeless readings. They'll reach the people they're meant to reach when they're meant to reach them. So this might only be for like a very small population at some point in the future. So I'm going to keep going with this reading because it does feel like this is like confirmation that this is a relationship or partnership reading. That is wild. Okay, so those are our kind of our arc, our story arc. And that's, it's not even like an arc of a story. It's just, this is what we're dealing with. It's a relationship that in the middle of this harmony and this partnership that's like divine love, we have this kind of polarity energy. So it's something is keeping us from a harmonious relationship. Something is keeping us from a harmonious relationship. I don't know if it has to do with abuse, but that is confirmation of the overall energy. This cat is like, what are you doing? I know it's already getting late into the evening. I still have to pack for my trip. I leave in like tomorrow early. So we'll try to keep this brief. But if this is for you, please reach out to me. And maybe we would even do like a complimentary one-on-one reading, because this might be some heavy stuff. And yeah, I just want to offer some support. So I love you, but we gotta do this. Okay. So because we have relationship energy, I want to pull out the Light Seers Tarot, because this is, it's just beautiful. It's got a lot of like human people of the real world, present day kind of vibes. It's not old-timey like from medieval times. So this might anchor it into our present day. Spirit, what? Oh my God, what is this about? I might have to do a quick Celtic cross here. This is, it might That might help get to the bottom of this. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Eight of Cups. This is not settling for less anymore. This is your present energy. This does feel like you've been, if this is a relationship reading, God, he's so furry. Then if you've been mistreated, you're not settling for that anymore. That's what your current energy is. And maybe that's why it's coming out. Like it's time to walk away. And it's saying the King of Cups. Is this person, man, I really am not a relationship reading kind of person. This might actually be my first legit one, so bear with me here. But it's like you're walking away from this King of Cups. And the King of Cups is, in this relationship, and it's in the crossing energy, he's like, he might be one of those people who gaslights, makes you think you're the one that's in the wrong, because he puts on this facade of like, I am so enlightened, I am so at peace, I am the righteous one. And so, oh man, that's hard to deal with. That is acky poo poo energy. But that's what you're walking away from. It's like, no more. I'm not dealing with you gaslighting me anymore. Like, you're making everyone think I'm the bad guy here. You're making me think I'm the bad guy. And then in the subconscious here, we have the Ten of Cups. When it's like, ultimately what you want is this love, this ultimate fulfillment in a loving relationship. But something is, it's like, that's what you're walking away from this so that you can have this. Like real love, harmonious love, like mutual respect. And then what's led up to this point is the Star, which is a healing. This is some healing energy that's, you've been going through something to heal. You've been healing, which is allowing you to be the one who says, I'm not settling anymore. So somewhere along this journey, you've developed some sense of self-worth. You've like fortified it to the point where you're like, okay, I may be ready to walk away. And then in the conscious state, we have the Page of Swords. So this is being really inspired. So something is inspiring you to take this next step. We might have to clarify what that is. And then we have the High Priestess in the immediate future. This is you tapping into your highest wisdom. You know what's right for you. Now's the time. And it's going to lead you to this place of just like deep knowing of yourself. Because right now, when somebody's gaslighting you, it's like, am I crazy? Like what? Like it's keeping you in this second guessing nature. Well, it looks like you've healed some amount of that to step into this place of walking away. You are inspired and you're moving into this High Priestess energy. So this is all positive. It's all positive wherever you've been. We don't have to dig up the past. You know your story. But this is a very positive outlook on this tragic story. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in your heart's desire. This is you wanting to be fully like, there's like this independent quality here. It's like you are so at peace and at home in your body, because it's Pentacles. It's like it's very grounded energy, that you're just so satisfied with who you are, where you are now. That's what you deeply desire. This is your deepest desire, and it goes right along with the Ten of Cups energy in the subconscious, which is like the desire that you've had that's brought all of this about. Not just what's in your heart, but it's literally working in your subconscious to bring about this energy of moving on. And in your heart's desire, this is fully aligned with this Ten of Cups. So there's a lot of alignment here, which is good. You are not of two minds anymore. The surrounding energy of the moon, which is, sometimes the moon can be deceptive, but also very like calling for healing those shadow parts. Well, this is full on confirmation of your healing journey. That's the surrounding energy. And you are just like digging deep to have this strength to move on. You've been doing a lot of healing. And the moon is saying, yeah, the moon has been with you. It's like subconscious patterns, like recognizing those, bringing the light to them. So you're like, no more of this type of relationship. No more, no more. Moving on. And then hopes and fears. Oh my God, you guys, this reading is wild. I've never had one like those. The devil. Who is this for? Please reach out to me if this is for you. Let's talk. I want to offer support. We'll do a one-on-one. We're not going to do an extended here because this is for a very specific person or very few people. So the devil is right here in your hopes and fears. So the devil is saying, like, I don't want to be trapped anymore. I don't want to be self-sabotaging myself. I don't want to believe. I don't want to be the victim. And the hope is that you can break free of that bondage, and you are. But the devil is also like, can I trust this energy? Can I step out on my own? Like, I definitely have the desire, but the devil's like, there's a little bit of fear there. But you don't have to worry. You have the high priestess. You are fully like tapped in and divinely guided. So you don't have to fear that. And then we have the Four of Swords and the potential outcome, which the Four of Swords is you tapping in again. This is like very complementary of the High Priestess, where you're taking your own time and going at your own pace to tap into that higher wisdom. And you're seeking your own refuge where you've never really had it in this relationship. You are in partnership with yourself now. And the overall energy, the Knight of Swords, you're moving on. You're getting the hell out of there. Wow, you guys, I've never had a reading like this. No joke. I'm going to take a picture of this so that, and I'll post it so that whoever sees this, yes, please reach out if you want to. No, you don't have to, obviously, but we can, I'm glad I'm going to take a picture so we can remember what this was all about, and then be able to tap back into these energies if you do want to reach out for a one-on-one reading. Even if it's 5 of you, if this is for you. Yeah, and I guess a little personal story. I feel called to, first of all, I felt called to continue with the reading despite this tragic story of this card, which part of me was like, ew, no, let's start over. Like, I don't have to share this. No one will ever know I didn't, post it. But then I'm like, no, I want to honor this because that's what my contract with spirit is. Like, I'm going to honor what comes through. And a little information, just so you know, I have a personal connection to, in my past, and not me, but a family member, and it became a big part of my life, being in this type of relationship that deeply affected the trajectory of my life, that I've had to heal from, that I'm still healing from. So I feel called to put that out there to say, if this is for you, let's do a complimentary one-on-one reading. Now, if I get 500 eventually, if for some reason I start getting a lot of viewers and you're all like, I'm in this relationship, well, I might just not have time to do 500 one-on-one readings without charging or setting up a schedule. But if it's just a few of you, please reach out. Let's talk. I want to offer some support. So yeah, we're going to call this done because it's very, very positive. And you know your history. We don't need to dig up the dirt, but just know you're on the right path. This is saying, yes, move on. Yes, move on. Yes, move on. You're fully supported. You are divinely guided, fully supported by the universe. Move on. Don't settle for less. My heart is with you. Bye.